So, first question. Who of you was at the Ecomotion main event? Not this year, of course. But not last year, the year before that. It was our last year at Paris Center for Peace. Yeah? Okay, perfect. So that was my first year with Ecomotion as a team member, not as an entrepreneur. I was community manager back then, and I joined Ecomotion about 3 months before that, so jumped right in and worked so much on that main event. And on the day of, I was so inspired. There was so much technology, and it was beachfront, and everything was amazing, and people were drinking beer, and really having amazing conversation. But one thing really bothered me, and that was the line to the bathroom. Because usually for women, we have such a long line to the bathroom, and then I went in and out the whole day, no problem, and the men had such a long line, and I was like walking, seeing them, passing all of them, and going in chick-chack. And I said, okay, beautiful, amazing technology, great vibes, but we're missing something, and that's women. So I understood we need to do something about it, and it's been something I've been contemplating on for the past 2.5 years at Ecomotion. And this year something happened. This year, after many years of bringing in business and investments and OEMs and tier ones and all of these multinationals to Israel and all of these collaborations that are happening, startups are actually growing and they're recruiting so much and they have this need for new talent. So we did the first ever Smart Mobility Job Fair. And we found out that there's 19% women only in startups, and it was surprising because for me in my day-to-day life, there's so many amazing women leading mobility here in Israel. And we said, okay, we need to do something about it. So we created a group called Women in Mobility, and we asked these amazing women that are leading in mobility to share this job fair with other women, because if our community is going to grow, and it's for sure going to grow in the next few years. We have more startups opening, we have more R&D centers opening. We need to make sure, and it's our responsibility, women, we need to make sure that the number of women doesn't decrease, yeah? That this percentage doesn't go down, and we aspire it to go up. So we have a lot of work ahead of us, and what we did was create the first Women in Mobility breakfast, because women prefer in the morning. A lot of women couldn't come here today because they said in the evening we're with our kids, and I fully respect that. And so, you know, this beautiful rooftop, all for you guys, all for you girls, women, whatever. And what I'm asking from you this evening is to approach each other. And not to do the small talk like, oh, life is great. Talk about your challenges. Talk about what you're looking for. Say, you know what, it's really hard for me to recruit women. Do you know any? Say, you know what, I'm looking to raise money for my next venture. Say, I'm looking for an opportunity myself. I'm looking for my next challenge. Explore and see what's out there. Because only if we share our challenges, we will help each other find the solutions. If women are good at something, it's finding a creative solution to a problem. So we need to start sharing, and we need to share that, and we need to explore, and we need to talk about more things than just vacation and good things in life. Because if we share the difficulties, then together we will find the solutions. And I ask you, please, there's one thing I learned in this main event, in this crazy, amazing Ecomotion week, and I want to thank our ladies on our team, the Ecomotion Ninjas, which has done an amazing job this year. Many, many, many things. There's one thing I've asked of you. It was so difficult to find women to put on the stage. And you say, what? Here's women, here's women. No, everyone that are signing these partnerships are putting themselves on the stage. And I have two amazing use cases. Where's Dominique? Dominique? Right here. Dominique from TE Connectivity found out about our event and contacted us and said, oh, I want to be a partner. And then he said, okay, so who do you want to put on the panel? And she said, me. Yes. Yes, and this is an example. Another example is Stephanie Vox from Connect, and we need more of that. Seek out where you want to speak in the world and put yourself out there. Sign that partnership. Believe me, everyone that's signing the partnership, they're putting themselves on there. And it's really important, and this is something I understood, and I want you to do that step for you, okay? Don't be afraid of the stage. It's fun. It's the best drug in the world. So I want to thank you for joining us tonight, and I want to thank a very special lady, Miטל, which is the Deputy Mayor of the Tel Aviv Municipality and in charge of transportation in Tel Aviv. And I must say that Tel Aviv has been one of the most kindest partners to Ecomotion. We have done so many hackathons, so many challenge competitions, so many meetups, and so many amazing things like this. And Miטל has been the bulldozer every time. Miטל, we need this to happen, and she's on it. She is on it. And thank you so much. And please come up and share some love with this lady. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Wow, good evening. Amazing ladies. I'll speak in Hebrew, it will be much easier for me. So who don't understand Hebrew here? There's many?
Many. Speak in English. I love it.
I'll move from English to Hebrew.
You can do it.
I can do everything, you know.
Yes, amen.
So it's personal and it's professional for me to be here this evening. And it's personal also because I'm a woman, and cars in some way it's connected to men. And when I was young, 23 years old, and I had my first car, and I got in love in my first car, and I was riding in the road, and men was calling after me, go to the kitchen, what you doing here? And it stuck up on my head, and I say to myself, this is the kind of things that usually men deal with, like planning, like infrastructure, like cars, and that is not true. And we are changing the world, and the area is changing also. When we speak about transportation, we don't speak anymore low-tech. We speak high-tech. And when we speak high-tech, we speak smartness. And when we speak smartness, we speak movements also. And that's maybe one of the reasons of the changes, because the world of transportation has changed, and we have more place in it, because it's less mechanic, it's less low-tech, and it's more high-tech and more smart, and it's have more place for women. And as a deputy mayor that all these things, I know that the needs of women and men are not similar. Women need to get out from work in a different time. Women need more security and light when they come to the road and the street, and we have different needs. And those needs is not to be planned by men, and we have a big chance, opportunity, and challenge to plan the things for us. And when we plan for us, it's not only for us, it's for the kids and for the older people, and we plan it for everyone. From the point of view of women, we can see everyone. So that's the starting, the things that I want, the first thing that I want to say. The second thing I want to say is about Tel Aviv and a place in the world. Usually when we speak about advanced technology, we speak about Japan and Germany, but in transportation, any one of you that have been in the Ecomotion and great work of Orly and great partnership with Bונשטיין there also, that put the effort and the money and now startup nation and high-tech solution are coming from Israel, are coming from Tel Aviv, and we are proud to be part of it, and we are proud to be the growth road that we build on it for all over the world, and people coming from all over the world to hear and to learn and to be part of pilot and to be part of innovation. And that's the kind of things that Israel should be in the first line of it, and Tel Aviv, I'm proud to be here to host this event, also because it's connected with smart mobility, but because it's also connected with women and the part that we have to do in the world. When I look at Tel Aviv, I see all the sign in the street is with men figures, you know, there is no woman figures, not in the lights of the red light, the green light. I know that in the world we have more signs that included women, and some and part of the work that we will do, I will do during this connection, together with my partners. Sharona Hershko is here. She is the head of infrastructure and building of Tel Aviv municipality, and she is a woman. And part of the things we want to do is to connect more and more the talk and the knowledge to the woman. And it's also will hold signing, to change the sign, לשנות את הדיבור ברחובות, לשנות את הסימון של הרמזורים, כך שהוא יכיל גם נשים. When the car will stop in the light, he will see also women, not only men. And he will think about his wife and about his kids. And I want everybody in the street to see each one. Everybody should see each one. And we have to, אנחנו צריכים להכיל הרבה יותר אפשרויות של סוגי תחבורה שונים, ומשום מה אני חושבת שההכלה זה תמיד תכונה נשית שאנחנו צריכים להביא לתוך התעשייה הזאת ולתוך ההתנהלות ולתוך הנורמות שקורים ברחובות. כיום רק 20%, only 20% of the high-tech area is with women. We must grow it up, so I connect to Orly what she asked you to do. Please look at it as a network. We must power each other, empower each other. We must give each other the possibility to grow up. And when we will grow up, all the world will grow up, because we bring some other way of thinking, other way of looking at the world. You know, my first company in some way was Mommy Overload. You know, I was Mommy take me here, Mommy take me there, Mommy. And I hope that my daughter that know how to work much better than me with the application, with the app, she will grow differently as children, because we will have much more opportunities to move from one place to other, and some of the opportunity and some of the way of looking will come from our way of thinking and looking at the world as a woman. So I see this area of transportation as a changing area, as a revolution area, and our part of it should go over and over. And I'm very happy to be here this evening, to see all of you, to see the importance that you take in the field, and to understand that together we can do much better things in the transportation and to change the world in this area. And it's not only world, we see it happening, and I'm sure that some of it happened because of our involvement. I want to call Anat Bonshtein to come here. I'll go to Hebrew because I can express myself better in Hebrew. Anat is a real partner. היא שותפה אמיתית. She is the head of the, please in English.
Fuel choices, smart mobility initiative. I'm the government. I'm the one with the pockets, the money. No pockets today. Today, no pockets.
And I must say that when we speak about transportation, it's like a very professional field. And the people in the street don't understand usually what we're speaking about, and they don't understand the revolution that is coming. When we speak about taking the parking, they are against it. When we speak about making lanes for bicycle, they are against it. And to explain the people and express the people the things, we thought together that we have to bring the revolution to the field. That's why we're going to make an event that will be in Rothschild Boulevard. And this event will make the meeting between the knowledge, the professional knowledge, and the field and the people. We think that if we want to change the mind of the people, we must speak to them not only in professional level, but also in touchment. So I asked Anna to say a few words. I thank you for your patience to hear me speaking in English. I'm sure you understand me. And really, the revolution is not connected only with language, it's connected with our willing to do it, our partnership in doing it. And I feel like I have a lot of partnership with you, all of you, especially Orly, I see Tzipi, I see Tamar, I see Tamar again, and there is many partnership that can be between us. And as much that women will be more influencing in this field, the world will be better. I'm sure about it.
Those of you who saw me this morning at the Jeffries conference, I was wearing pants and I changed to a dress, and my secretary was, why are you changing clothes? So I told her, I don't want to wear the pants with the pockets. I'm coming as a lady with a dress. Anyways,
I told my wife.
Anyway, thank you.
It's the wine.
This is mine. Who doesn't know what the Fuel Choice Smart Mobility Initiative is? Anyways, those who don't know, come see me another day, because now I want to talk about women, not about government or smart mobility or what it is. You've been hearing that the whole week, and those of you who survived this whole week, chapeau, l'chaim, cheers, great job. Anyways, I was thinking of what to share with you, what to say as a woman. And I want to share with you something personal. 7 years ago, when I started working at the Prime Minister's office in this field of mobility, which wasn't much of a field or an ecosystem, it was something quite new. I was in a... Is this going to stay? I attended this meeting with 20 men in the room. And actually it was more of a debate. You know, a men debate, and then I said my part. And those of you who know me know that I don't raise my voice, I don't get mad. I might criticize, I might say. I was exactly myself saying my thoughts. And someone in the room, one of the men said, "You're cute when you get mad." And then the next thing he said to his friend sitting right next to him was, I'm so glad that I don't have women in my team. I don't know how to control their emotional feelings. So that was my first experience with men, and I knew that I entered the mobility field that is all men back then, 7 years ago. And I was like, how am I going to survive this? But then I decided that I don't care what they say. I don't care. I'm going to be myself. But 7 years ago, I didn't have someone to discuss this with. There wasn't an ecosystem in mobility. There wasn't Ecomotion yet, so there wasn't even women in mobility. I didn't have then who to discuss the women issues, women management, women mobility, how to work in a men's world, which, by the way, is getting much more dominated by women these days. But back then, I felt pretty much alone. And ever since Ecomotion, ever since Orly launched Women in Mobility, there's a group that you're all part of. And I feel I have like a small family. I see every day when I look at what you guys send, and you send a picture, and it's so beautiful the way you, how do you say, even in Hebrew I forgot the word.
There is no English word for that.
There's no English word for that?
No.
Anyway, to say praise for your other women friends. Compliment, exactly. Tell them how great they are. And every day I see the women, all the ladies in the startups and the women from abroad, and every day I look at all the newspapers also, and where the ladies are, where the women from that group are, and I'm so proud, because not only do you look so beautiful in the pictures, it's not just that. It's because you're so amazing. You're making the impact. You're entered a world that is used to be a men's world, and you're bringing so much. And I see the difference that has been made and has been created in the last years. And it really touches me. And I'm so glad that there's this group. And as Orly said, use it. Today, I don't feel alone. Today, when I have a problem with, as a director, as a manager, or as a lady, I have who to discuss with. And that's a lot for me. Saves a lot of psychology. Going into Anyways, please enjoy. And I don't want this just to be an event at this event. I want this group, like Orly visioned, to keep on exchanging ideas, exchanging knowledge. That's on the the technological side, but also to share your problems. We can all work together. We're women. We know how to le'achil, as Mital said. We know how to help. We know how to say a good word. We know how to give good advice. That's what we're about. That's what being a woman is all about. So thank you so much for all of you coming here.
So I think this has been the most beautiful closing event to the most beautiful week. And I think you all need refills. And please, I ask you, please eat. Enjoy this week. Rest well this weekend. Next week, make sure you follow up. And as I said before, now it's time to go and meet each other and see what you're doing and how you can contribute to each other. Cheers.
Cheers.